Huh. You know what? That explains a lot. What's going on, everybody? Mark Conwell with your MHN Horror Fact of the Day. Today's fact is on the horror musician and also director and sometimes painter, Rob Zombie.
Hello, I'm Rob Zombie, and this is my house, so come on inside and I'll show you some weird stuff.
But hey, before I get to that fact, if you could be so awesome to stab that like button, smash that subscribe, and click that little dingy bell to be notified every time we drop amazing content right here on MHN. Now back to the Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie actually had a really interesting upbringing. When he was a child, on his mother's side, they actually had a long line of being carnies. Those people don't know who carnies are. Carnies are individuals that work carnivals. They operate, the rides, they operate the shows. It's kind of a whole big community that goes along with the traveling circus. As him and his brother were both in the family, they had to be in the family business, which was being a carny. But something really interesting did happen. In his downtime, one of their favorite things to do is they would sneak in and out of all the haunted houses and spook shows and rides and everything else, which actually led to his inspiration about being involved in horror movies and kind of shaped his musical direction of being a horror rock star, so to speak. He also said in working carny life, it actually prepared him for life on the road, because there are actually a lot of similarities between being a carny and being with a traveling circus, as well as being with a traveling band. In a 2013 interview with LA Weekly, he had a really great quote about this. Touring is like an isolated family that travels around, stops, sets up, puts on a show, packs it all up, and leaves for the next town. A rock and roll tour is like the closest thing to a traveling circus that still exists. Agree? I think it is. I think that's why a lot of music reporters and everything else call bands a traveling circus, because they kind of are a traveling circus. They have the same MO as a carnival, and they have the same kind of interesting characters running around, and the performers themselves are quite interesting. Quite interesting indeed. And that has been your MHN Horror Facts of the Day, and I have a comments challenge for all of you. What is the most interesting fact about a horror musician that you know of? I, of course, will pick the very best answer, and that person will choose a future topic for a future episode of MHN Horror Facts of the Day. Thank you so much, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I actually fucking love Rob Zombie's music. It's been with me since I was 13. I think the first time I ever heard his music ever was in Twisted Metal, the old video game from the original PlayStation, which is an awesome, awesome fucking game. I highly recommend, if you can find it, go back and play it. But that was the first time I ever heard his music, and then kind of evolved as a fan through middle school and high school and definitely in college. I think one of his albums came out right when I was in college, and it's fucking dope. Still haven't had a chance to see him in concert, but I really want to. It's on the list. It is on the list.